Hello everyone, watch this review here with a look at the Target exclusive Iron Man 2 Hall of Armor Collection Iron Man Mark 6. Now before you get all excited about this being an exclusive and stuff and thinking, hey, Target's so awesome because they picked up this really exclusive, awesome item, let's deconstruct what this actually is. Basically, they took a figure that was issued in the normal Iron Man 2 line, put in this pack, and they took what looks to be like one of those arc light reactors, which also are available separately, and again stuck this in a pack. So basically, it's just two items available elsewhere in a configuration made specifically for Target, more or less. I mean, the one exclusive item to it is the backlighting there, which is just a plastic piece which lights up. And to the best of my knowledge, that's how it went down. Now, that does help to explain to a large extent why there are so many of these just still lining shelves today. At the time when these first came out, the figures were retailing for like $7. I believe the little bases were also like $7. So I mean, it wasn't like that bad of a value, but as time went on, obviously the figures did drop to like $5 at a lot of retailers for a while, so these things did kind of sit there. And at one point the Target website actually was trying to sell these for like $3 each, but I'd already picked up the one that I wanted and collected a ton from the line, so I didn't end up buying any of these. Nonetheless, really awesome packaging on this. Really vibrant stuff. Cool box art and everything. It's pretty impressive all around. It's just that when you look at this thing sort of subjectively, I mean, it's not like it's anything incredibly special, but hold on a second and let's get it out of pack. Before I forget, I should just point out the fact that they did this for a number of other figures, so I mean, if you don't necessarily like the Mark 6, you can probably get the Mark 3, the original one of the War Machines, movie one, of course, not the other one, and so on. But it comes with a little instruction thing on how to replace batteries, in case you couldn't figure out how to replace the batteries. Now, one of the interesting things is it doesn't come with any accessories. Had you bought this figure individually, you of course would have received little projectiles and I believe one of those launchers and stuff, but so there's a little bit lost value there. Not a huge deal though. The other interesting thing was the figure itself is held in by molded plastic alone. None of those little rubber band things, except for the rubber band that holds the whole plastic blister onto the other part. So I mean, there's going to be less damage to this than the other ones were. I believe they did use little plastic rubber bands for it. But I'm totally rambling. Let's check out this awesome thing. So this is basically the exclusive. I mean, just looking at this subjectively, because this was available in one form, this was available in one form, but we did not have this plastic part here. And by pushing this in, the light from the bottom kind of reflects off it. And you kind of have this effect right here. However, it's a pretty subtle effect, so it's not a whole lot of illumination or anything. It does look pretty neat though. Now on the bottom of the device here, we have the Try Me feature by default, where you push the button, it goes on. I believe this is the same LED light that was just commercially available. If not, the only difference might be the peg hole here and then this thing. Now we also have just the straight on feature where I believe if you just do that and push the button, it does stay on. I'm not sure, I didn't fool around with this whole bunch before taking it out of pack, but let's see how long this thing stays on while we take a closer look at the figure. Now the Mark 6, again, was previously available in the normal line. I did not pick one of these up, I believe, mostly because a lot of the ones I was seeing had some paint errors and stuff, or warped joints, so that was one draw for this figure, or set. And you know, if you look here, surprisingly, no real paint defects to speak of, other than the head here where they just completely missed the mark with the gold. You can see the lines, you can see the gold kind of went over the side. But other than that, you know, relatively pristine. The light is still on. I mean, in general, I just found that the line had pretty crappy quality control, but you know what, this one looks half decent. In terms of articulation, quick run through here, we have a point of rotation here at the wrist. At the elbow, we have a ball and socket, full range of motion. Shoulders are ball jointed. You'll notice these shoulder pads are affixed by little pegs into the shoulder. They should be removable, but I'm not going to take them off because it's kind of a pain to... yeah. Oh no, sorry. They're glued in on the sides. It's not like the other ones where they just have like a small indent tossed in, so this actually gives them a bit more flexibility because it's a softer rubber material. And it will sort of bend with the thing and not fall off, and you won't end up losing it like you did the other ones. As for the head, it's kind of on a ball joint, but it doesn't have much upward motion, so it goes down slightly. It feels like it actually might just be a peg, but if you look at it, it gets some up and down. Torso here has a joint with a full range of motion. Forward, back, full 360. Legs, same kind of joints where you have that one line, where you have to kind of move it around to get it to go out at the direction you want, then you twist the upper thigh to get the leg in sort of the position that you're aiming for. I honestly don't like those joints, but this one feels a bit smoother than a few of the others on the line, so no biggie. Double pin joint here at knee. It's kind of weird that they bothered doing that at all, just because you have the plate here on the knee covering it up. Kind of neat as well. And then at the ankle here we have a ball and socket. And surprisingly, there's a softer plastic here, so it can sort of rotate out of itself, which is really neat. Now, I believe this is just the same one that was previously issued in the normal line, but given the fact that the plastic is different in places, you know, it might not be the case. I didn't really pick up a lot of the Iron Man figures, well, the Iron Mans from the line. I mostly picked up a lot of the custom suits and other stuff from like the comic series, so I don't know, this might be the actual normal quality, might not be. Nonetheless, though, I mean, it's definitely a pretty solid figure. And the Iron Man 2 line in general did some really nice work. A bit nicer in some regards than the Marvel Universe line was doing back then. Since then, the Marvel Universe line has improved in some ways, although they do reissue some of the same sculpts. As we see, you know, this lighting thing is constant, so you'd have to either manually turn it off or switch it back to the Try-Me, I think, to get it to go on and off. Let's see. Yep, peg. Of course, you wouldn't have the armor posed with it like reaching out or anything. It would just be arms at the side because it's a suit of armor, not a person. All in all, you know, pretty neat set. It's not something I'd probably buy a lot of, just because, I guess besides the whole display practicality and everything, you know, it's more of a novelty item. I mean, if anything, I might go back and just buy one or two if they ever hit like a really crazy deep clearance, which they might at some point, even at the retail level. But yeah, this has been a look at the Iron Man Mark VI from the Target exclusive Iron Man 2 Hall of Armor collection. Until next time, folks.